whatever that was a big giant message for me to stop. Okay? So there's that. Max, no. No. Come on. No. You're going to knock it down. No. Come on. No, 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 no. No, I love you. I love you. Okay? But no, no, no. Okay. So I can see likes, but I can't see people. All right? So here's the deal. I don't want to get caught up in that. It wouldn't even let me restart. It wouldn't even let me restart. Okay? So I'm taking this energy away. I don't even know if that's going to post. Okay? To be quite honest with you. So, I will tell you there's something right around the corner, though, with that dynamic. Okay? I'm just leaving it at that. This is basically like a new video. I'm not gonna talk about this again. Like I just did. Like, you are gonna need to go watch part 1. Okay? I hate to do that, but for those who are just popping on now, I literally was just doing a video for 10 minutes because I got pulled into energy, and then they shut it down. I don't know if I was about to figure something out or if just it is what it is. Okay? Big message. Spirit, shut that shit right down. Okay? Not everything is meant to be known. So, on that note, we're moving onto this side. Okay? All I know is that she plays a pretty relevant part in this scenario for some reason. All right? She might help him find the courage to move forward in certain situations. I'm not really sure. Because that one definitely has lack of confidence because of all the tremendous pain that they've experienced in life. Okay? So now, over here. Karmic side, go watch part 1. Catalyst side. Again, if this side is blaming you for what went down, shame on them. They don't belong in your life. But I will tell you, when a catalyst comes in, that's because something is already dead and over. There's absolutely no chance for anything to evolve between the current dynamic. So this catalyst didn't play take away. This catalyst was here to teach. Clearly fell in love or got hurt. I left you before you could leave me. I bury myself in work. I wish I could tell you my good news with you. I am not available. So basically, this one wants nothing to do with this one. I don't know if he or she already released, but they're about to find themselves at their crossroads. I don't think there's a lesson here for you. I think you're in for a big challenge, okay? And your new challenge is like a new soul family, a new soul group, new people entering your life. But the camel can handle anything. So, there's that. I'm actually a little hesitant to read it. Isn't that weird? I'm actually a little hesitant to read it. So congratulations is a new start. I almost think it's a start you don't want. Or you're fighting. Any insight on release? We got soulmate, self-worth at the bottom of the deck. If you haven't left this situation, it is definitely time to, but it looks like you already did. This is tricky because they want me to read it two ways. But I don't feel like I need to read it two ways, okay? We already know, see, I got the goosebumps, so I don't, okay. This is gonna fuck with me. Because it doesn't want you to necessarily release a soulmate. So I don't know what that is. It's almost saying, I don't know if it's like release what happened. Like this is a soulmate. I mean, you guys might even get married. What the fuck are you releasing then? Because I want to say, where's your self-worth? Release that soulmate. But guys, you don't release soulmates. You don't need to. Soulmate connections, you don't need to let go of. If you've ever let go of anybody and you swore like, oh my God, that's my soulmate, it was not. And you've all said that in the beginning. That's my soulmate, blah, 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 blah. And then years down the road, it's like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Because you don't release soulmates. Soulmate's a fucking soulmate. See what I'm saying? This is a challenge. It's almost like you want to release it because of your value. See, this is going to be a challenge because some of you, I have a funny feeling this person's going to come back around and want to fix things. And you're guarded. You're not having it. And I don't blame you. So I'm not really sure. Because you don't release soulmates. Release. See, strength. Something was toxic. Like, have the strength. But see, you already released. So, have the strength to what? The Knight of Wands and the Three of Cups. That's like a reconciliation. The Knight of Wands, I mean. And the Three of Cups. You could have released them because it was a third-party scenario. But I asked what's next with strength. And it's dealing with the Knight of Wands messages. And the Three of Cups is reconciliation. Alright, this could be a tough read to read. You don't release soulmates, guys. We already knew it was going to be a challenge, right? With the camel. I didn't know it was going to be a challenge for me to read. Heart-to-heart conversation and forgiving. See what I'm saying? So I don't know if you're meant to like just be friends again or true love. Romance of a lifetime. Express your love. See, this is why it's going to be a challenge, guys. If you guys don't want someone from your past back, it's probably not your read. Well, not true, actually. I wouldn't want my past back right now either. I'm not going to lie to you. And that's because you were probably hurt so deeply because it was a soulmate. It was true love. It still is. But it's just like too much to handle. But you can handle it. I just don't think you want to. And I wouldn't blame you. Who would want to step into this? Unless they were really moving forward and changing their life. But you wouldn't know because you're not talking to this person. And I said, what are we doing with release? And it's like, what do you mean by release? It's like, have strength. Knight of Wands, Three of Cups. That talks about a reconciliation. So, I think right now you don't want this energy back. Maybe because you knew it was pure. They want you to forgive. They want you to open up. They want you to have a heart-to-heart. But to me, you're probably not having it. So, there's that. Crossroads, you got Lovers and the Seven of Cups. It's almost like with the Hierophant reversed. Thanks. It's almost like with the Hierophant reversed. It's like, I don't know if you just don't have faith. The Lovers, guys, what an amazing connection. And it's probably past life, right? And you got soulmate. So you're probably wanting to just keep your options open at this time, because this is your crossroads, the Lovers. True love. True love. So are you just having a hard time letting this go? You shouldn't have to let go of true love. This is why this read's going to be difficult to read. know what's coming into my head right now, and it has nothing to do with this. This might be actually where I go next with YouTube, because I've been saying to you guys for a long time, I know how to heal and work on partnerships and connections and making relationships last. But that's teaching too. So I haven't figured that part out. But what if this comes down to really forgiving, and you end up with this energy, but you learn from it, and it's beautiful, right? But right now you don't want to. It's a challenge, because they're going to come right back at you because you released them. With the Knight of Wands, they're going to come right back. They want you back. Leaves you at your crossroads. You knew it was a soulmate. You knew it was love. But you have too much self-respect. It's like you're guarded. You don't want to. I'm not saying you wouldn't want to forgive. And I wouldn't call you stubborn because you got hurt. I mean, there was obviously a third party, guys. If somebody was in a marriage, somebody was still holding on to somebody. You were giving to this energy, and this energy was giving to somebody else. That's why nothing could grow, move, and evolve. So it's almost like you're being asked to forgive. I don't know if it brings confusion. To me, it's like, I think you'd rather just keep your options open, as if this person will never learn. There's no way they're going to get out of that scenario. No way. I know I don't want a relationship. Four of Cups reversed. Here comes the offer. Because at one point they rejected you. You laid the weight down. So, I said, what are you asking from the spiritual side? Communication. So they're asking you to hear this person out. What else? And I'm not saying you need to open the door of communication. I really feel it's more or less like, hear this person out. I don't know if they're about to give up materialistic things. They're about to surrender and go in a new direction. But I don't think so. I'm fucking wicked hot right now. I gotta put the fan on. I'm having hot flashes. This has been happening for weeks. I feel like I'm way too young to be going through fucking menopause. I feel like they're asking the spiritual one to surrender. Which I'm having trouble with that because I'm spiritual, right? Why should you sacrifice? Is anybody else just as fucking confused as I am? Why spirit would ask? It's not why, of course, we should always forgive, right? But like, why? What the fuck? Because it's like, I see what they're saying. You're like, no fucking way. And it's, you don't wish ill intent, nothing. but you don't see growth. You don't see nothing yet. What they want you to do is communicate. You don't have to release soulmates. But, and I will not say self-worth is in the way. Your self-value is definitely not in the way. This was love. This was something true and pure. You guys probably, and you have the lovers, you probably experienced some pretty beautiful moments. So I don't know if they're going to come at you and tell you they're going to give up what was so important to them. They're going to come in a new direction. All I did was ask, what else? So if you were dealing with somebody who was highly materialistical and would not surrender, it's like now they're ready to give up what they thought was most important to them and maybe head in a new direction. No, I tried. This is the woman that needs to surrender. What though? I don't get it. Do you guys get it? Like what? What do you need to surrender? What do you need to give up? Pay attention to the red flags. This is like you not seeing something. Or this is you not wanting to see something. I know how to read my cards, and this shit is stumping the fuck out of me right now. Because it's you. Is it your own red flags? Like, we're focused on you. Is it you not wanting to see something? Is it... Because this is like not wanting to see something. Yeah, see, it's like the balancing of the scales and then grief. It's like you don't want to see it because of the pain that was caused. I don't know. Does some of you think like this is a karmic situation? It's like something's going to go in your direction with the balancing of the scales. And this isn't like, oh, karma delivered to them. Like, it's not like that. So, are you more focused? I mean, I know it says I bury myself and work to forget you. It's like, it's almost like you won't budge. Yeah, see, it's the Queen of Wands. It's you guys with the Four of Cups. You don't want it. You don't want to see it. You don't even want to see it coming. That's like kind of what this is. Like, you don't even want to see it coming. Some of you, this could have to do with work. So you guys might just be communicating about how someone let a certain situation go. No, see, this is your, this is going to be your battle. So whatever you need to surrender is way bigger than them. To me, you don't even want this offer. You don't want to see it. I don't blame you. But it's more than that. So we'll try to get to the bottom of that. There's chemistry, strong magnetic pull, but there's deception. And then there's new love. Oh, shit. Somebody new might be coming into your life before this one comes back around. Be careful you're not just, we have pay attention to red flags, right? Be careful you don't take someone back out of boredom, out of grief, out of loneliness. This might not now necessarily be deception as in cheating and lies. This is just like somebody's wearing a false mask, which is the same exact message with the red flags. I will tell you, some of you though, you will have the option to choose new or to reconcile with somebody else, with this person. But here's the deal. I don't think like I need to confuse you here with we have two different options, because they're not trying to do that. And you don't need to release soulmates. So to me, it's like you don't want to communicate. You don't even want to communicate. You don't want no part of this. What a beautiful connection the two of you shared. Let's just move on to this. Tell me, I want to know about the Crossroads. Ace of Pents, Four of Wands, the Empress, and the Page of Swords. You're fucking exhausted. Hey, Kessel. You know better. Why? I fucking hate this. I feel like we have two sides of a story, but they don't want me to tell it. So right now, it's like you're the Empress. You're fucking exhausted. You're not having it. You don't care if someone's watching you, nothing. You don't want the commitment. You don't want the new start. Because this is the Four of Wands. This is commitment. It's growing seeds, growing pentacles. And I don't feel like you're being stubborn. I feel like you're staying true to your values, and this person wore you out. They hurt you. There was lies, there was deception, there was so much going on. It's like you were stabbed in the back. They double-crossed you. They lied to you when they could have been honest. Because your crossroads is you. This is you right now. You're fucking exhausted. And it's like there's a message coming in or there's not, because your back is turned. So I don't know if you blocked a situation. But somebody's going to want a new start. Someone's going to want commitment. Someone's going to want something solid, secure. And you're like, nope. So that's your challenge. Is you have somebody coming back. That's what it's telling me. Shady shit went on behind the scenes. There was lies, deception. Like, you're fucking beat. So you are going to have some type of communication. This person does want to communicate with you. They are going to want a fresh start. They are going to want to build something solid. This is a beautiful, solid new start. But you're not having it. You're bored. You lost interest. There's nothing here that excites you anymore. You know your self-worth. You know there was a good thing right in front of somebody and they didn't take it. It's like their loss. But you're also guarding yourself. Because you left before they could leave you, as if they were just going to leave you. I'm not available. Go away. But you still have great news coming your way. I didn't even get to, I wish I can share my good news with you. I didn't even get to that yet. Why would you want to be somebody who cheated and lied? Gave you nothing? And now they want to come back and give to you. Some of you, they might even want to live with you with the Four of Wands. So you have to surrender your freedom, your independence. I want the wider weight deck right now. I just need clear fucking messages. I'm not interested in sorry, troops. I'm not like that because I'm looking at more of the depiction of the cards, and right now I don't know if that's what's I feel like it's messing me up. 8 of Wands reversed. It's like you don't even want to open communication. If you ask me, the communication is blocked. I just saw the Devil and the Seven of Pentacles. Like, to me, you're like, there's no way I'm wasting no more time. See? It's like toxic. To you, it's like, nope, I'm not even risking being put in this situation again. Nope, nope, nope. But here's the deal. There's so much love. I don't know, maybe another lifetime. I don't know if you're talking yourself out of it. You're talking yourself out of something. You're like, no fucking way. I guarantee you're probably saying to spirit, like, are you fucking out of your mind? Why? Because I know my self-worth. I know my value. I know it's wrong. You're being asked to forgive something that someone did to you multiple times. Because it's like, if they come at you, if and when, looks like they're gonna, it's a solid offer, and you're blocking communication with the Eight of Wands reversed. You got the Five of Wands here. You no longer want conflict. To me, it's like you're just straight up trying to move forward. Now, some of you might be okay with this energy coming back around, right? But I guarantee a majority of you are not. Because if I just had the idea to do what I'm going to do next on YouTube, that would be because you two would be working together, like beating the odds. Working things out, which is always possible. But they would struggle coming your way because you're not having it. Whoever this energy was got you here. This is not the Empress's energy. You're like, no fucking way. So there's trust issues, clearly. But I also see there was lies, deception. This person probably had a whole lot of love for you and did not express how much love they actually had for you. Because you shared certain experiences together. So maybe they felt the need, they didn't have to. Again, justice with material world. You have that right here, the balancing of the scales. Something goes into your favor after you invest, but see, you don't want to. I'm battling with spirit right now, and I'm battling with you. And I'm battling with myself as a reader, because this is a situation that I would absolutely, hands down, never put myself in this situation with this person after what went down. And it's not because I can't forgive. It's because I know my value. And why on earth would you want to be with somebody there was lies, there was deception, there was deceit, there was not little lies. You're dealing with a straight up pathological fucking liar. And this is not a test. And I know some of you are probably like, why is she putting personal scenarios in this situation? Because that's how I teach. That's how I guide. That's how I do things. That's how you guys have learned through what my experience is. This fucking blows my mind. If for 1 second Spirit is like, please communicate with this person. You know, please forgive. Like there's more than meets the eye. You know, like, so obviously there's a bigger reason. So that's telling me this person is going to push through. And you're looking at this like it's a waste of your fucking time. Because this person wasted your time. This person straight up wasted your time. And now Spirit's asking you to kind of be the bigger person. Have a conversation. This might send you in a whole nother path, career. I mean, you got the material world here. So it's like, it has to do with love and money. It's the balance. It's the perfect balance, guys. Love and money, two most powerful things on this planet. So I don't know if the two of you are going to love and make money. It's also a card of justice, spiritual law, cause and effect. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. This could be court, but why are you involved with that? Now, King of Pence, I think they have money. But what would that have to do with anything? This is a business owner, entrepreneur, someone reliable, stable, secure. I think this energy might be giving up something. And they want to talk about it. I don't know. Fuck, see? This person's coming at you, the Ace of Coins, twice. There's something with money here. Even if this energy could provide for you, who cares? See, I think you're turned off by the money situation. I think you were dealing with somebody extremely materialistic. And it's like you're turned off. You guys might go into business though. Maybe this is why all this is happening. Because if somebody was in somebody else's life, you couldn't go into business together. But you guys are also lovers. I can see a future. I can see marriage. I can see moving in. I can see commitment. So this is way bigger than you're even aware of. And there's love. Or some of you might meet someone at work. I don't know. They want me to keep leaving that part out. Some of you, if this was karmic and you know this energy is not coming back and the blah, 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 like there's somebody fucking new coming into your life. There is no question. Leave it behind and move forward. Others of you, this is representing this person coming back around with a new solid offer, something stable, something reliable. But it requires you to sacrifice. And that part makes me angry. Even as a reader, I need to understand this. It's like surrender, like let spirit, let the karmic law, let the universal law handle it. Like, fucking back is a rock. Oh, you saw a pretty orb? I missed it. Yeah, this energy wants to work together. This is like a new contract. It's like work to be done. I don't know if it's saying don't worry about the money. Like if you're dealing, like there's victory here. Like if you're dealing with somebody who's is like extremely materialistic and that bothers you, like don't worry about it. It's going to be taken down a notch. I almost is like, I wish I can share my good news with you. So it's like wanting to share it. I don't know if you're going on a new adventure. There's a message coming into you guys that's going to be exciting, adventurous. So this comes before they do or something like that. It's going to make you really, really happy. So you have some type of message coming in that's going to make you really happy. And again, it's like, I wish I can share my good news with you, but I'm not available. You're not, there's a block. You're not available. You're not having it. And they want to come in. They want to stabilize something. You're not having it. And I don't blame you. So, with the camel, the challenge is a relationship. It's not a lesson. It could be religion. I think this person's going to come in and try to offer you something solid. Like really solid. And you just are not having it. You have something new and exciting and fun coming. So I don't know if like you have two men here now too. If this one's blocked, this one will still want to come back and work on things. But there's also a new opportunity for something new. That's a given. It's definitely two people here. This could be a job offer that you don't even see coming. Or you meet someone at work and it sends you in a whole new direction. And if it goes down like that, then it's this person's loss. It is what it is. It's like they were too late. But here's the thing, it's like, I wish I can share my good news with you as if it was like your best friend and you would want to tell this person, like, I can't believe, look what just happened, or you know what I'm saying? But it's like you're saying I'm not available, so it's like the communication, something is shut down. Because the challenge is to talk to this energy and you're not having it. So I think because you do know your worth, you will now have the option to forgive the past and move forward and rebuild. Or you will find somebody new. I'm not saying you'll find someone new. Somebody new will appear in your life. Because that's how that shit works. And it could be at work. Money, money, money. Because you did have the Lovers in the Seven of Cups. This is options, dating, keeping your options open. You're not having it. Not dare putting yourself in a situation. So your challenge is relationship. Do you want a relationship? Or do you not? Because now, if it has anything to do with this person, there's trust issues, there's so many freaking factors. It's like working through months and months of karma with this person because they still need to clear their karma. It doesn't mean it can't work. I look at it like this. There's true love and there's new love. Okay? I really don't know what to say. Because this energy right here, with whatever you were dealing with, was something true. It was pure. It was true love. It was a soulmate connection. It was a past life connection. It was the lovers, guys. Okay? Or this new person is about to stir your romantic feelings. And it might be somebody at work. This is a whole lot of work. Could be a boss, somebody you work with. Oh, fuck. You know what I just realized? Will it come down to you choosing love or money? That's crazy. Because I feel like it came down to this person too, with love or money. And now the feminine, or the masculine, but the roles are reversed. What will you choose, love or money? Will you choose love or will you choose security? And this next person you meet will have money. They could have money too. But they've already done you so wrong and so fucking dirty, and you already aware that this person is so fucking materialistic and it's all money, 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 that I don't think you want nothing to do with it anyway. So you're probably going to take your chances and take the new one. Or somebody might just give you a gift, inheritance, something out of the blue that has to do with money, and you're so happy. But it's like you can't even share it with them. Something big is about to go down. Like, you're worn out, you're exhausted. Like, you've learned so many lessons. You have self-worth. You know what the right thing to do is. And now, what will you do? Does this person really love you? Because right now, fuck if you know. Clearly there was a intimate relationship. Clearly it's a soulmate relationship. Clearly. I don't know what you're gonna choose. Holy shit. But some of you still really love this energy, because it's like, I wish I can share this good news with you as if like you guys were best friends. But it's like, you can't. Well, you can, but you're choosing not to, because you're the card right next to it is I am not available. As if you're not, like, it's almost like it's going to cross your mind that you're going to want to share the news with this karmic energy. Which means, it doesn't mean that person's not a soulmate. They probably were like a soulmate, but they were in a karmic situation. But it's like, because you're going to want to celebrate. And it's not you meeting somebody new, because you're not going to be like, oh my God, I met somebody new, and you're just going to fuck with them. You wouldn't do that. You have too much value. You have too much worth. You would never do that. Oh, it's a freaking fruit fly. It's probably smelling my wine. So, this is like the scales are going in your balance. You get to choose. What do you want? I'm not gonna lie, when I just blew the fruit fly, it went right under that card and came right out. It's like sweeping something to the rug. So if it's like, if you take new love, you're just sweeping shit under the rug that you don't want to face. Yeah, you're about to be faced with a massive challenge. Because things are about to go really good for you. Really good for you. And then this energy is going to try to make its way around. Oh. I mean, I'm trying to see what else I see, but I mean, that's really what it's boiling down to. But there's marriage on the board, guys. The Four of Wands, the Lovers, the Hierophant. Some of you might end up marrying this next person. Whomever you choose. Or whatever direction you go in, because you're at your crossroads. You're about to be introduced to a new tribe. Which can still be this, right? Their family, their dynamics. Or whole new family dynamics. I don't know what to tell you. I don't see it. Like, don't talk about, it says I'm not available. Yeah, you blocked them. You blocked this other energy with I'm not available. But I knew that. The Eight of Wands was already at the bottom of the deck reversed. You're not communicating with them. But you're also guarding yourself. But you straight up blocked them. So some of you might not, yeah, see, again, they're trying to come in right here. That was the same thing with the communication, but it's blocked. They can't come in. So you blocked them. They might not even know they're blocked because they're dealing with their own shit, or they're fully aware that they're blocked. This energy will find a way. This is determined energy. They will find a way around the block. If they want back in, they'll find a way around the block. That was reversed, though. It's almost like I'm not available. It's almost like saying, let your guard down, unblock, so this one can come in and talk to you. But you're not having it because I am not available. Right? This is tough. Because you're now gonna have two people with two solid offers. How do you know if that's really love? I mean, it seems like it definitely was. But they didn't choose love. But that was a lesson, and it looks like they're going to overcome that lesson. Some of them. Others of you, they're not going to overcome that lesson. You might want to get out while you can and take a new offer. But honestly, the way they were explaining it to me was giving this a second chance. But that's also you sacrificing. I don't know if it means you're sacrificing your time, your energy to help. Empress with surrender. With the Emperor. With the Ten of Coin and the Hangman, that's surrendering. So I feel like in a way this energy is going to try to come at you and tell you, like, I gave it up. I gave it up. I gave it all up. I gave up the materialism. I gave up the money. I gave up the marriage. I gave it up. But you still fall under the category of surrendering. Which to me is saying, if you two want to work on it, you got to sacrifice things too. I just don't know what you would be sacrificing. Your time, your energy, which is valuable. Because this side of the board is a shit show. Because now this energy wants to come in after their shit show and make it work with you. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because there's a lesson learned, right? You are the list. You came in for a reason. Too many fucking men here. I really want to say, like, let go of the Emperor, let go of this. You know what I'm saying? And choose new. But I can't say that to you because there's so many things here where it's like there was such a connection, and I wish I can share my good news with you. It's like you want to tell them as if it's like a best friend. It's like the first person that comes to your head, but you're not talking to them. So I can't say take the new offer and run. Because to me, it looks like they're going to come in and tell you and conversate. It's like, all right, I'm going to leave it behind. I know what I want at the end of the day. I want love. I want happiness. I want this connection. I want this. I left it behind. But others of you, it's like, that may be too late. Apparently they were extremely materialistic and chose money and chose the wrong things. And now they want to come in and work with you. But it looks like something comes in before that. What's this Ace of Pence? It's like you got two people that are going to want to offer something of the same type of value. Guys, this is something at work too. It's like moving forward. What is this Ace of Pence? Working together, moving forward. But be careful, because this gentleman's talking to a fish. Sometimes that's I'm sorry. But right now, it's almost like you're just at work or something. The Ace of Pence has to do with work. Money, finances, something. And then it's almost like you get stopped in your tracks. Oh, this is confusing. I don't know what to tell you. Ultimately, right, it's going to be up to you guys at the end of the day. Who do you want to be with? What do you want? It's going to be more of a challenge to work with this energy. That's a given. Because you have the camel energy, you have a challenge, you've learned lessons, right? So I think it's just going to be more of a challenge for you on what do I do? Because it's like you already let go and you are not happy with how something played out, clearly. They want to come back and offer you something solid. You're at your crossroads. You're going to be challenged by this energy. You got some pretty kick-ass fucking news coming in. I don't know what that's forgotten. But you're going to be happy. And it's almost like the first thing that comes to mind is like you want to share it with them and you're not. You're not communicating. I am not available. You already blocked it. That person can't come in. I have a feeling that person will find their way around that blockage though. This Ace of Pence is something brand new. You deserve it. You worked hard. Some of you could be getting a car. If you don't have a car, you're all excited. You're getting a car with the Chariot. Or you're about to travel. I don't know why the fuck the Page of Cups is sitting there. That makes zero sense that the Page of Cups is there. I'm going to put it this way. If this energy of the Karmic is coming back, your best advice. Because I don't see you opening the door to even communication. Ugh. No, it's not bad. It's just the major arcana. The black egg, speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. A black egg contains one of life's essential treasures. The truth inside of it resides with no confusion, no excuses, no small talk, noise, or no lies. Not even white lies. This living and breathing vessel harbors only in which rings true. When this essence is in balance, it speaks slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in. Books draw us in. The concept of truth itself draws us in, and which is extremely true when you're authentic. Okay. The concept of truth itself draws you in, and you start asking questions like, what do I know about the truth about myself? And what is the truth about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet acting from an unsure place that says things that others want you to hear, gossip, repetitive stories, conditioning, justifying your superior or suburb behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment in every situation. It is the truth. It is the birthplace of our voice. It also has to do with the 5th chakra. It's the throat chakra. It's the balance of the center. It's important to all of us. So I asked your best advice. So your best advice is if this situation rolls back around, it's really speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. And that was your first card out, was a heart-to-heart conversation. So it sounds like if this person comes back, they're going to be truthful. The energy of the black egg is not yet accessed as we speak from an unsure place. That's because of hearing hearsay, gossip, stories that you feel the need to justify, bad behavior. We might try to even convince ourselves that there's no inner truth. Conditioning. We saw all that on that side, right? So it's like this energy really is and can be authentic. That would be the only thing that would save this relationship anyway. Is speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. That's your best advice. You want to make this situation work with the past? You need to be true to who you are, what you want. The truth needs to come out. So there was a lot of stuff that was unspoken because of gossip, because of conditioning. Repeating stories just to justify your own behavior. So Spirit's not trying to like push this away like I said. But it is going to boil down to the truth of a scenario, of the situation. So if that person can do it, then they might be able to save something. If not, like I said, and I've said this plenty of times before, don't worry about scenarios you get yourself into, because if this person was your soulmate and kind of meant to be and yada yada, but they couldn't pull through, like I've always said, multiple soulmates, somebody else will come into your life. And some of you, this person might come in first just to challenge you. Or others of you won't even accept the challenge and you'll keep the situation blocked. Because to me, if you're this energy, you've already spoken the truth. So the best advice would be this energy coming in and being their authentic selves. All the shit they wanted to say but didn't say. Getting real, authentic, getting vulnerable. It would be a challenge on their end to even speak it. And it would be a challenge on this end to even listen. And others of you, you're just going to choose new. And it's not because this is too much work. It's because, well, clearly this situation on the other let you down, or like, I don't know, because you value yourself. But there had to have been something pretty fucking special there if good news comes in and you can't even share it. You can, you're choosing not to. Because this person put you in a situation where you had to shut down. You had to shut things down. Lesson was over. They missed an opportunity. They took their sweet time. They didn't make decisions. They lied to everybody. can this person push through and do that? I don't know. Whew. They already lost the opportunity. They already fucked up. But, you know, there's second chances. But how many chances, guys? 3 chances? 4 chances? How many chances are you going to give someone, really? Oh, I don't know. I'm torn as a reader, even telling you which direction to go in, because I don't think you're really going to go wrong either way. I really don't. I think because you're so strong in your belief and you have so much value, self-worth, that you still end up with a nice solid offer from somebody, something reliable, something sturdy, something solid. It's justice. It's the balancing of the scales. Because some of you won't unblock. And I think that's okay too. Because you know your worth. So along comes someone else. And you guys can grow together. Value each other. Because I think, to me, what I'm seeing is this is already a loss. Like, they lost you. I've been reading this energy for over a year, guys. Opportunity's gone. But I also see that it clearly had to be that way. That's a given, that everything had to crash. Else what would anybody really learn if they weren't left to deal with their consequences? See what I'm saying? So everything had to go down that way. Well, at the end of the day, it's your choice. But you got to be pretty damn honest with this energy too. I don't see you being unfaithful or unhonest about a situation. What I see is that you gave to an energy that was giving to somebody else. So the best advice in order for that to work. So I'll put it this way. If you're getting challenged and you allow communication to open up, if this person does not come at you right or different in any way, that's a sign to be like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Because if they can't come at you the right way, they don't have a fucking chance. They can't come at you with, oh, let's do this, let's move in, let's get a house, let's do this, I'm going to give you a solid offer, let's plant seeds. Like, no, that's not going to cut it. You're not looking for that. If that all falls into place, great. It's not what you're looking for. You were your true, authentic self with this other energy, and they were not with you. That's what you want. You want someone authentic, someone raw, someone pure, someone who doesn't lie, someone that can be vulnerable, somebody that can cry if they feel like crying, somebody that can, you know, right their wrongs, somebody that can wipe up the shit that got smeared all over the fucking floor because of their actions. So if they can do that, then you guys definitely have a shot. If not, like I said, you already walked a path. You already left. And I've said that to you plenty of times. The right one will turn around the corner, will bump right into you. And here they come. And others of you, you don't need to second guess the block. You didn't get into a situation to cause strife. You didn't purposely do something with ill intent. You were pure, you were true. You were you. And it's probably the first time somebody got a dose of you, because there was unconditional love in the previous situation. Thanks for the donation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gave them you. Probably in hopes that they were going to give you them. You know, because that soul connection was there. And they weren't that person with you. So, I forget the whole point of that. Oh, I don't know. That's why I know you're not connected to the black egg like that. Because you're already that person. That person didn't do that. So if you choose to keep it blocked, then keep it blocked. Because you're going to bump into another soulmate. You got the balancing of the scales twice. Something karmically going in your favor. Because there was no ill intent. Everything you did out of purity. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, jelly beans? And that has to suck. That has to hurt, right? You had unconditional love. The two of you had a chance for unconditional love, and somebody blew it. They're either going to suck it up and come your way, or you're not having it, and somebody else is going to cross your path. The fact that I thought, my thoughts in my head said, oh, this might lead me to what I was thinking about doing next with YouTube is, forgiving people, working on things, making it right. But that also takes synergy, reciprocity, takes a team. You got to be all in. So if you can make that work and that energy is there, it can be salvaged. Basically, the person that was true and authentic to themselves will get to choose what direction you want to go in. Because I know some of you will not cross that boundary, will not unblock. And I hate to say it, I don't blame you. That's why I was so baffled. It was like, Spirit really wants you to, like, what? Like, really? Like, consider it? But, yeah, I mean, if you guys really had something that beautiful, but that beauty's gone, and it was lost with pain and, you know, and you're doing what's best for you. You're not blocking to be an asshole. You're not blocking to prove points. Like, you're over the letdown. Because whatever you guys just experienced was this. You know what I mean? So I don't blame you for going in a new direction, even knowing that this is a possibility it can work. I really don't blame you for shutting that down and not reopening that door. It's risky. This person fed you lies. They lied. And people change, right? That's why I said when I was going into this, I had to read it in a very biased way. because at the end of the day, we all make our decision to go in certain directions or different directions. And I'll tell you right now, if they're still blaming you, good thing you blocked them. Others of you, this person's going to have a big wake-up call and realize you're the one. But here's the thing. They already knew you were the one. And I'm not trying to talk you out of anything. They already knew you were the one. And they still played games. So trust me, they're definitely getting a dose of karma. There's no question. And maybe they need to live. Maybe they'll live the way they're supposed to live, and, you know, maybe they're settled. And that's why somebody new's coming into you. Because some people don't change. Some people won't break free from their current family dynamic that's linked to their own family dynamic. You know, it's... So I think either way, you know, the person that was, you know, pure and true and authentic, and, you know, they will get what they deserve. I mean, you had the justice twice. You had the balancing of the scales. Like, you don't need to worry about who comes into your life next. You don't. I don't think you'll make a wrong choice. Now, do I think eventually I'm going to have certain conversations with you guys if the past comes back? Clearly, because even if they make it right, there's still a lot of karma that they need to push through. And it's like, you're part of that. You're going to be part of that if you choose to step into their world. I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like, whatever's, oh, thanks guys, thanks for the donation. Whatever's like meant to be will be, right? I don't know. It's tough. Because a lot of us would be like, oh, I'm going to just choose new. Because it's been so many times that we thought a situation was so right for us. And it ended up being so wrong. And they took a huge risk with you by lying and being deceptive when all they had to do was tell you the truth. Because I feel like that relationship, you guys were close. Like, it was almost like best friend energy, because when good news comes in, it's almost hard for you to not reach out to them, because it's like the first person you want to share something with. You know, see what I'm saying? So I know that there was really a special connection that got taken advantage of, and sometimes that could be their karmic lesson. Like, they don't get to have you. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be an asshole. That's the truth. That was their lesson. Did we get to keep our catalyst? And I'm not trying to be an asshole and switch it up like that. But it's true. Look what was on the ground face down. Divine masculine. Face down, hiding. Turning their back. And again, I'm not trying to be an asshole. You know, if it comes back around, I want it to work for you guys if you choose to work on it. I'm not saying you should just choose new. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. you taught somebody an extremely valuable lesson. And if they push through, and it was true love and it was pure, then maybe it's worth, you know, giving it a shot. You know, people do change. Maybe they were too insecure to be their true selves around you, or, you know, I don't know everybody's reasonings or dynamics. But all I know is that you stepped out of it at the right time. You did what was best for you. So now you will get what's best for you. I don't think it's one of those situations Spirit's going to test you and be like, will you choose the old or will you choose new? I don't think they're going to do that to you, because you went into this already having self-worth. Alright, clicked off. I don't know, weird numbers were calling. I probably should have that because I don't know if it was work or not. What the fuck? Oh, I forgot me to put that in the car. So, I don't think you're being tested this time around. I really don't. I think really it's just going to come down to if the past comes back, how truthful they can be. Or you're not even going to allow it in. And that's karmic on their end. It's what goes around comes around. I don't know. Let me ask you, Court, with all the growth and lessons learned, would you take back your past if it re-entered right now? I'll walk away. I got a voicemail. I think that's work. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know. Right now, with no communication with the past, then I can't really answer that, right? If there was a lot of effort being put in to, I think, even have a conversation and for somebody to at least explain themselves, then I would let somebody have a conversation, you know? I don't know if I would take it back. I don't. You know, maybe if a couple weeks go by and someone from my past resurfaces. I don't know, I'm a pretty forgiving person, but it doesn't mean I would put myself in a situation like that again. That's why I don't know how to answer that yet, because it keeps saying black screen. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that yet because I don't think a majority of us have yet been put in that situation, because the challenge is what was coming at us. So I don't think we've been challenged with it yet. There are certain people from my past that I know I wouldn't take back, because I know there would be no growth. Because I've seen how shit's played out for a long time. I don't know. It's a tough one. I guess it all depends on how it ended and why it ended. You know? I don't know. I think we get hurt, and I just know the way Spirit brought the messages to me to deliver to you were tough to read, because I was like, why on earth would you be asking us to sacrifice when we've already sacrificed? So basically, if you were to give the past a second chance, you're basically giving somebody the benefit of the doubt, which would be a huge challenge, because the majority of the time you've given somebody the benefit of the doubt has let you down. I don't know where this next chapter is going to take any of us. A lot of that was happening. A lot of talking, a lot of silence, back to talking, a lot of silence, you know. Obviously, there's a bigger reason here. I don't, if you feel like someone's got you on hold and they're just being manipulative and playing games, you might want to re-question that, because not everybody that's coming back will have pure intentions. You got to still realize there's lots of karmic situations out there. How do you know the karmic's not saying, all right, this is it, I'm done, but then next thing you know, they're like, okay, well, maybe one more shot. If you're really saying she or he or she's going to be out of the picture, maybe I'll give you one more shot. And that's going to be a test for them to see their own self-worth, their own self-value, because you came in and try to teach them that. So I can't tell you who's right and who's wrong and who's karmic and who's not anymore. I know there's a very karmic cycle that is completely ended, you know, on your end, their end, but it doesn't mean when the energy subsides, they won't settle. You know how many people in this world fucking settle? Because it's just easier. That person already knows you, they know your past, they know your scars, it's easier. You know, rebuilding takes work and effort, and getting to know somebody, and vulnerability and reliability and stability and loyalty. And a lot of people don't want that anymore because they're so comfortable with what they have, and they know what they can get away with and what they can sweep under the rug and what they can't. You got a lot of fucking settlers out there, you know. So it does look like that relationship ended on all ends, and that's exactly the way it was supposed to go down. And if that person can't learn that in the end it all crashed because of them not making the right choices, then that person's not going to learn. If that person chooses to put effort in elsewhere, then they're learning. And yes, I do think it's okay to forgive and give people second chances, but it's also going to take time, because actions speak louder than words. I think you would know, because the way the conversation would go down would not be the way it used to go down. Trust me, it wouldn't. Because if somebody tries to come at you with the same old bullshit, you're going to instantly know to shut that down. It's so clear that you knew your self-worth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like you need to question that. I think the challenge is more, I really thought I had something with this person, per se. And there's been so many times you keep finding yourself in the same situation. Why on earth would you fucking do it again? Being spiritual and knowing your worth, you would rather put work in elsewhere. You would rather build new. You know? Because you don't mind putting the energy into things if you get something out of it that brings security and reliability and love. No, thanks for the donation. So, yeah, a lot of people in a tough dynamic. And I don't know how to answer that question for you guys yet. Would I take my past back? I've already taken my past back in certain situations. And didn't really work out. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying don't do it. Don't try. But under the circumstances that just went down, we also need to understand that this person was going through a spiritual journey. This person is awakening. This person is trying to hopefully be authentic, right? So we need to understand that side of it. And with me, I understood that side. That's why I let a lot of shit slide. You can only let so much shit slide. But you also have to see two sides of a situation. You know? I guess it just depends. Is somebody ready to put in effort and give you that loyalty that you're looking for? Because nobody got any type of loyalty out of what just happened. Nobody. So I'm hoping this person, this group of collective, realizes, you know, where does your loyalty stand? What are your values? Because right now, that's what it boils down to. What are your values? Because you just showed me none. You made it look like you're a straight up prize from the fucking Cracker Jack box. That you open a prize and you don't even know what the fuck it is. That's what you just got. And then you got beautiful moments and connections that were so pure. So it was already a tough dynamic because you were seeing the purity in somebody. But they wouldn't give it to you. You only got it here and there. That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's why we stay in certain scenarios, because of feelings and connections and experiences. You know, I loved people with all my soul before, hoping that, you know, they would, you know, see something, awaken, take the chance, take the risk. And what I've learned in my journey is there's not too many people that take that risk, because they've already built not a good foundation, not anything solid, but enough for them to sit in it. This group of the collective that's learning needs to learn to love life and not worry about what other people think, and do what's best for them and do the right thing. And especially break ties because of conditioning and work on things that need to be worked on. You know? And you can't do that while you're clinging on to the past and hope something's going to work out again. Because if, for me and you guys in a catalytic situation, you already came in when something was over. There was no chance of that happening. You came into a situation because two people in a very karmic situation were holding on for all the wrong reasons. Not love. There was no love there. There could have been love a long time ago, at one point. But the foundation was already built on lies. If you got married, it was for the wrong reasons. It wasn't because you loved each other. Else a catalyst wouldn't come in. So that relationship, or whatever they were holding on to, was already over. There was no chance to revive it. None. And I think they thought the grass was greener, and they tried to revive it and have you at the same time. And the other person came back because out of jealousy, because you were in the picture, not because of love. And they both kind of give and take. They both did give and take, give and take, give and take. But there were so many times and opportunities for the truth to come out and things to be addressed and go in directions, and it didn't happen. And the truth came out again, and that's it. And that's the way the apple falls from the fucking tree, because this person couldn't do it. Of course it was gonna end up shitty in the end. You were the catalyst. You had to break what they couldn't break. So yeah, it sucks if you're gonna get the blame for that. And I just went through that. in my belief in who I am and in my past experiences, I'm okay being that person because I know those people do not belong together. That is a fucking given. They weren't together when we got back together. People came back around because I was back in the picture. And then that person started feeding that person, and then that person's ego got bigger and bigger and bigger. And oh my God, I have opportunities, I have options, this feels good. Da-da-da-da-da. So they stayed in a situation and they thought they could have their cake and eat it too. And they used alternate routes and manipulation to keep you going. I don't want a relationship. I don't want this. I don't want that. But yet they can sleep with you. They can share moments with you. They can hit you up every day. It's like being in a relationship that you know is there, but they don't want to call it a relationship. Why? Because they don't want it to come back and bite them at the end of the day when it came to the other person. People think they can trick other people. And if you're still getting fooled with shit like that, then you still got a lot to learn. You know? I don't even think I was spiritual bait. Yeah, a lot of us could have been spiritual bait, but it wasn't more bait. It was more, you were the catalyst. You had to be the one to come in and break what they couldn't. And they were getting fed off of ego. You were trying to make them feel good, feel more secure about scenarios they were going through, and it backfired on you because the other one came in and started feeding them. So then they felt fucking all high and mighty. Clearly there was a special connection there. What's the difference between spiritual bait and a catalyst? Spiritual bait is like more like temptation. It might have been a combination of both. You know, temptation is just somebody kind of like comes in, plays their role, other people find out, so shit gets stirred up. A catalyst comes in to break it down. And I don't think, hey babe, hey, and I don't think a lot of us were aware that we were even catalysts. We just knew we were like on the road again. And I think a majority of us were friends with this individual or already knew this person somehow, because it was time for different reasons. There's all different types of catalysts, right? But they all wake you up at the end, right? And they all do the damage that's needed to push somebody forward. Like my catalyst put me on a spiritual route without even realizing it. That's what got me into spirituality, is the connection we had. And then I had to start looking deeper and deeper and deeper, and that's what fed me. But then it's also what taught me. You know what I'm saying? So I think the recent, the only way it could have went down, there's no going back anymore. You're either going to be on your own and be fucking miserable, or you're going to be on your own and choose what's best for you and start to live your life again. Those are the only options you got now. Because this energy came in to crumble. Because those people wouldn't let it crumble. They were holding on to something that was already dead, and they would have settled. And Spirit's like, no way you settling. You deserve so much more. So the person you were working with must be a really good person. They deserve to have a new life. They deserve to experience true love. They deserve, that's it. They deserve. They really do. Else you wouldn't have came in. But again, it just depends. Were you spiritual bait? Were you a catalyst? Like, what were you? Here for, you know, a good time, not a long time. It really just depends. But I think that was work. I got to check my email. And, I mean, my voice message. And I know I have other messages. It's been real. Whatever you choose, you do what's best for you. If somebody comes back around from your past and really wants to work on things and puts that effort in, then yeah, why not? You know, I guess it just depends on how it's approached. And others of you, it's no. You can't have the past back, you know? There was a lesson here. But you also got to know if you're the soulmate or you're the damn karmic. But I'll see you guys soon. I love you. I hope you guys have a great night. Hey, we all learn lessons. You're welcome. Just because that first story of you being the catalyst or whatever the scenario is doesn't make that person a bad person. We all learn differently. We all learn on our own time. It's when people take advantage of the situation and think they can get away with it. And I think that's why a lot of the people blocked that situation, because the person, you lost respect for them. There was no reason to take something that far. The truth, the honest, certain stuff should already came out. At that point, it's like they were just misusing you and disrespecting you. So it's going to be tough if that energy comes back around. There's no question. And me, I'm just like, no, I know what I was there to do. And I knew it from day one. I knew what I was getting myself into. If there's a massive turnaround, I don't know. I don't know how that energy will come at me, though. You know? That person's going to have to go around a lot of blockages to have a conversation with me. They'd have to show up at my fucking house. Because all outlets are blocked. And it's not me being stubborn. This went way too far. And if I'm supposed to be your best friend and you value me and you're going to spend time with me and you tell me you love me, but yeah, I find out what's really going on, I can understand that, because I'm a spiritual teacher. But if you want to keep getting away with shit, and instead of speaking the truth, you push away or you do this or you lie, I lose respect for you. And that's hard to get back. So yeah, this person, in order for me to take someone back like that, they're going to have to be knocking on my door. All different ways. Because I'm not just unblocking for you to text me and not be worth my time anymore. But I don't know your dynamics. I went in, this person was already my friend. See what I'm saying? So it's like, I didn't just meet you. I wasn't a random person. I was your friend. Big difference there. And yeah, people make mistakes. But there were so many times where it could have went differently and they knew it and they chose not to. So in my case, they might have just had to have learned a very hard lesson, and they're going to have to suck up 2 losses. The loss of a family dynamic and the loss of a best friend. Because in my case, that person might not learn. But they weren't supposed to be with that family dynamic anyway. I would never, ever go in a situation with ill intent with family involved. Mark my words, strike my kids dead. I would never. So, situation went too far for too long. They lost my respect. So I don't know how to answer that question for you, because everybody's dynamic is a little different, you know? I went into something where somebody hit me back up with an apology for something that happened a very long time ago. And it was truly authentic. And somewhere down the line, they allowed another energy to step in. And they allowed judgment and a lot of things get in the way. But we all do. So no, I won't hold a grudge. I just move forward. And that's just the way it is. And I know I'll get someone I deserve, and I wasn't in hopes that it was him or anything like that. The way we caught feelings, neither of us even saw it coming, you know? So it's not anything where I'm like, oh, you know, right now that's his loss. He lost a friend, a good friend. So some people in life have to learn hard lessons. Maybe he's not allowed to have me back in his life. And that's the way that's going to go down. And hopefully the next person that enters their life, they do it right. We all learn different people in different ways. No one's at fault, I think. I mean, you can definitely blame fault, right? And put fault where fault needs to be, but you are dealing with somebody who is going on a journey. You are dealing with somebody who is waking up, and we all know how incredibly hard that is. But I'm not going to justify a situation where you know certain truths had to come out, and there was no reason you kept lying about certain scenarios or danced around certain situations. Like, at that point, it's just so disrespectful and unnecessary and not cool. So it's like all the shit that went down is not even really what ended up hurting me in the end, to be quite honest with you. It's the lack of respect that you gave me as a good human being, as a best friend. It's the lack of respect you gave me. So, and would I ever forgive years down the road or what time? Yeah, absolutely, because I understand. Doesn't mean I need to be with you. Doesn't mean I need to give you a second chance. I came in. You learned a pretty valuable lesson. I got nothing out of it. I didn't expect to get anything out of it. But I can take away a lot from it too, because lessons I already learned, it's not lessons that I needed to learn again. But it did, I wouldn't say made me stronger. I was already pretty freaking strong. I don't know, I just hope in the end it all works out for everybody involved. I did my job. I know some people might sound shitty to say it like that, but it was part of my job. Will my reward in the end be real love? Will we be together? Will we grow? Maybe. But right now, everything had to crash down. Because if it didn't, they wouldn't be able to reflect. They wouldn't be able to feel. They wouldn't be able to make the right choices. Everybody had to walk away. Everybody needed to be out. It wasn't a situation where maybes existed. I wasted more time than I should have, but I also feel that way. But maybe I didn't, right? Because everything's divine timing. Maybe they needed that time to speak the truth and they didn't. Maybe that extra month was needed for something to go down on their end, and then the truth really to come out for something on their end to really crash, right? So, do I feel like I wasted some time? Yeah, in a way, but I had already taken myself out of a certain dynamic months ago, but still remained friends. but still didn't get the loyalty in return. So there comes a point where that's it. And I'm okay with how everything went down. I didn't go in with any ill intent. I went in where I really thought there was sincerity for a past situation, you know. So yeah, I will eventually forgive. Have I already forgiven? Probably not. Because it's like, I can't believe you just did that again. You came in after so many years and then repeated the same lesson you did years ago. Like, what? But apparently that's the way it had to go down. You know? It's life. It's life. Keep on going. Keep on trucking. I don't know how it is for you guys on all your ends. I don't know how you went into it. I don't know everyone's spiritual gifts. I don't know everybody's purposes. I just know it was meant to go down, where everything crumbles on every single end. And I said it the day I went back into that person's life. Even if this ends our friendship, I will see it through. And along the way, I never was like, oh my gosh, I got to do this to see it through. I got to do that. Shit just played out. And in the end, my philosophy was right. Doesn't mean, I guess it doesn't mean anything, but it's like, I knew it. That's why I'm saying to a majority of you, you knew what you were getting yourselves into. You still chose to do it. You weren't naive. So don't play victim in the end. That's all. I don't see you guys really playing victim anyway, because you wouldn't have put yourself in the situation. You knew you were there for certain reasons, just like everyone that crosses our path. It's for a reason. In the end, for me, it was painful because we had a beautiful friendship. And it makes sense. I'd always been an issue for them because of previous things that happened a long time ago. So it makes sense that I would come in to destroy what they couldn't. And I know that might seem harsh, but at one point I loved both of them at one point in my life. And I don't think anyone's bad or a bad people, or they just didn't belong together anymore. And I know there's like only so many things that I'm sharing in between, but it's such a personal story, and I don't want to invade other people's privacy either. I'm just telling you certain experiences on my end, because we think like certain stuff like that won't happen to us, and it does, but there's a reason for it, you know? So I didn't break, I don't know what you guys are thinking. I didn't break anyone's marriage. Like, it's not like that, you know what I'm saying? If they want to blame something like that, then that's on them, but that shit was way over. I didn't walk into a situation where they were still going to get back together. No one was living together. It was done. Already talking, divorce, certain stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't walk into a situation knowing I was going to be the other woman. It wasn't like that. I went into a situation as a friend. So again, I don't know everybody's dynamics. I just know I had to be that person to stir shit up. And it wasn't intentional, so it probably shouldn't even have been said like that. But that's what I was there for, because it's like two individuals holding on for all the wrong reasons. And they both deserve so much more in life. And that's really, you know, what it boils down to. My story on the boards aren't all like that or like your stories, but I can place myself in all the stories because I've been through a lot of stuff, guys. I can place my dynamic within that dynamic without it being mine because it's the energy. It's how we relate to it. You know? But to really be blindsided and not see it coming. But I'm telling you, last was the whole how this all played out. Everybody, even the other shame, me and him can rebuild, or I don't regret it. I had no ill intent, and you know, there's some pretty valuable lessons that hopefully will learn. And it sucks that we learn that at a older age, but better to have learned it, right? I think, you know, if you're not happy and not fucking happy, that's it. Stop blaming it on other people. If that person, no, own your shit. Own your shit. We all had to. This one's right. This shit, it's fucking childish. It's fucking childish. So I'm not. Can you guys hear me? I'm back. I don't know. It just is very bad connection. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I know it like glitched. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, I'm the better person and this and that. And no, no. It sucks the way shit went down, but majority of the time, no one likes the way shit goes down anyway. So it is what it is. I'm not going to be like, I'm so sorry, this happened. No. No. I deserve the apology on both ends. On both ends. Like 100%. A lot of people will disagree and be like, oh, well, the other person doesn't know your apology. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Because they knew I was in the picture. They knew I was in the picture. So, yeah, you do. Where's your respect? Where's your self-respect? You have two individuals that have no fucking self-respect. Yeah, they both owe me an apology. I don't need it from either of them. But at the end of the day, I did nothing wrong. I gave love. I helped out a friend. And that's it. I know eventually I'll get an apology from him. That's a given. So I feel like, oh my God, I absolutely need one from her. No. But she only came back because I was back. She only stayed in because I was in. Jealousy. And if it took me being back in for her to get pissed off and say, see you later, or however it plays out for them, oh well. Oh well. Self-respect. Where the fuck was everybody's self-respect? Sometimes two people are not supposed to be together. One shared love. They don't know how to separate. You know, they have no self-respect for each other. They don't have the same morals. There's no compatibility. But they hold on because of something they created. And what they created was not even real. Seemed real because you were living in the world, but it wasn't real. It was an illusion. You know? So, anywho, enough with that. No self-pity parties or end of the day, shit went down. People either learn their lessons or won't. At the end of the day, the people that win the right will still get a beautiful thing from something, whether it's somebody new, whether it's the past, it doesn't matter. You did a beautiful thing, even though right now on their end it looks like a massive, like it's like a shit show, but it's not, you know. And it's nice that certain people have certain people in their lives that can recognize that and see value and understand what somebody is saying, you know. Is this other energy allowed other energy to come in and kind of emotionally manipulate or, you know, feed. They fed off arguments. They fed off who was in the dynamic and who wasn't. Like, it kept it alive when it should have just been shut the fuck down. For a solid year, knowing that somebody else is in the picture, but you're going to leave yourself in the picture, that's because the two of them thrived off a competition. Nobody wanted to lose. It wasn't about winning or losing. It's about doing what's best for you in the end. And it sucks when things become competitive because nobody fucking learns. You gotta take yourself out of competition. I never went in competing. I don't need to compete. I know my value. There is no competition. That right person will come along and be like, there's no competition when you're with the right person. It doesn't exist. Competition does not exist when you're with the right person. If you allow it to interfere, then you have no self-respect for yourself, no self-worth for yourself. And when the two people are meant to be together and there's pure love, whenever, you know, it gets there will be zero competition. You don't look elsewhere. You don't feed into attention. If someone's flirting, you probably don't even see it. You know? Because you're content with who you're with. We'll all get there. We just had to learn the hard way. This time around, I did a good deed. And I fucking hate saying it like that. I did a good thing for a good friend. I know it sounds so fucked up to say it like that, but I did. Because now I know he can live his best fucking life. If he chooses to, he will live his best life. And I don't feel bad for putting somebody in the position. Do I want to choose my best life or do I want to settle? It's up to you now. I did what I had to do. He was extremely lucky. He even had a friend like me in his life. And I don't mean to sound shitty. I'm a good fucking person. I learned the hard way when somebody came into my life to teach me my self-worth. I kind of already knew my self-worth. It was more like, yeah, he was more of like, it woke me up spiritually to be exactly right here with you guys, you know? So, I don't know. I'm not talking shit about anybody. It's just, I hope everybody learns and does the right thing in the end. I had to learn too. I had to learn to stop feeding. I had to learn to stop engaging. Because everyone just would have went in circles. Because they would have just allowed it to go in circles. You know? And that's the truth. You gotta know when to be out. You gotta know when to be out. That's why like when I posted that today, it hit home. That's what triggered this conversation. That's what triggered these reads for you guys. It wasn't for me. It was for you guys. The majority of you were not wrong in this situation. And hopefully everybody does the right thing in the end. And I had a blast with somebody for a year until it became a shit show. So, you know, it is, and I wouldn't say a solid year. For months it was, you know. But we had a lot of fun together. And that's nice too, because it showed him like what it was like to really have fun and live life from somebody else's perspective. And you don't need this, you don't need that. Like it wasn't about that. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I wasted a year. No, fuck no. I reconnected with a best friend, and that best friend just had to learn self-worth. Just like we all did. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying, just like we all did. And some people never learn self-worth, and they settle, and they just keep repeating the same patterns over and over and over and over. And to me, it's like, oh, it's fucking exhausting. Stop. Stop already. There's so much more to life. You seriously need nobody. You really don't. You don't need that companion. You're lucky enough to have one. More than half of the Americans, and I shouldn't even have said Americans per se, like anybody, okay? They settle. They're not even in happy relationships, happy marriages, nothing. You know? So you don't need anybody. Everybody thinks somebody needs somebody. You don't. You're lucky enough to find somebody that you know you can spend your life with. You know? You don't need. And we want because of society. You know? Or it's nice to have that because it's nice while something lasts. So we all know what the feeling is like, right? And then to have that long term, how nice that must be. Some of us will have it, some of us will not. I guess it just depends. And it also depends on what you chose this lifetime around too. What you chose karmically, what you chose with Dharma, you know? And I think it's like hard to explain, like a lot of people who like attempt suicide or try to take their lives but don't succeed. That stems from a past life where you probably did succeed, right? And you came back in. So it's like your life gets harder and harder and harder with each lifetime because you're not learning. You know what I'm like? Does that make sense? Like, so of course it's going to be, you know, failed attempts or this and that or cries for help. So you're either going to make it or you're not. You're either going to be weak or you're going to be strong. There's fucking no in between in this fucking realm, people. There's not. You either make it or you fucking don't. And it's how you hold yourself as you move through life, as you maneuver. We have one life. Push through and make it the best you can. A majority of people will fail attempts. You should be on YouTube. You should be a public speaker. You should be telling people, I had the same experience. I know exactly what the fuck you're going through, and it fucking hurts and it kills. And there's ups and there's downs and there's relapses. Like, go be that fucking spokesperson. Go help out other people that haven't figured out how to help themselves. I came on YouTube to help you guys because once I realized that I was dealing with a catalyst, once I realized how the cards were working and talking, I was like, holy shit, there's so many people watching tarot out there and they're not picking up on it. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kept thinking, yeah, he's about to walk away from her. He's going to do that. All right, he's going to be back any month, any day. And then months went by. And then I realized tarot was for me. It was knowledge for me. Walk the fuck away, Courtney. Wake up, Courtney. That's what put me on YouTube. Because there's so many fucking people out there that get sucked in. Tarot was always a tool to help. And over the years, people have used it to their advantage. That will always backfire. Always. You can't take a powerful tool and fucking misuse it. Spirit will bury you. That shit will come back and it will bite you in the ass. I guarantee people I've dealt with throughout the years have watched me off and on and used what I do for their advantage. It didn't work. That tool was put here for us to grow. It was their way of spirit and spirit guides and other people to talk to us. Because they can't. You know what I'm saying? Walk away from this. Where's your self-worth? I taught myself self-worth through tarot for a year of hell. I worked with tarot cards for a good year before I came on YouTube trying to figure this shit out. I didn't come on thinking I was going to make a career out of it. I came on with the intentions to fucking help people. Like, there's no way I'm the only way that thinks the way I do. There's no way, you know, because it's like people will, my whole life, like, I can't relate to you. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Because I can relate to hundreds and thousands of people if people just look at something in a different fucking perspective. If you just open your fucking eyes for a minute and really think about what somebody's saying. Instead of being fucking stubborn or having the ego get in the way and nope, I wasn't taught that, or nope, like, you take all these other tools in life and you use it to your advantage to build what you want to build. But then somebody wants to use energy and it's linked to the dead, so it's so taboo. Get the fuck out of here. Seriously. I don't got time for people who can't look at things in a different fucking perspective. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like what I'm doing per se. But don't try to change my mind or change my path or get me to look at something differently. I'm not being stubborn. I'm already the one that fucking has gone through so much to even get to where I'm at. You just don't step into a spiritual route and not go through hell. It's not a thing. You work with dark energy before you work with light energy, and that dark energy will suck you up for years. before you learn how to work with the light. So, I mean, getting off topic, but again, I gotta check my voicemails and my messages, and I'm exhausted. I got no problem being real. I don't know why so many people do. I think because it's just the way they were raised, or it's the persona, or it's the character they always had. So many people think they gotta be the way they were taught, or I don't know. I just know at the end of the day, if you're true to yourself, you can't really fucking go wrong. You can get hurt a lot, but that's also you being vulnerable or naive, so you got to be careful there too. You know what I'm saying? But you can't go wrong if in the end you're being authentic and you're telling the truth. You'll never have to find your way out of a situation, right? You'll never have to think about another lie to cover another lie because you told a lie. Like, you won't get caught up in situations because you didn't lie in the first place. How fucking hard is that? You know? It's definitely conditioning, right? But I don't know. I don't think for me. I think I've always been my own person. And so many people couldn't accept it. And like I said, my parents sent me to this and did tests. And it's like, well, why are you trying to figure out who I am? Like, why can't I be different? Why is there got to be something wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? What made you think there was something even wrong with me? You know, in one ear out the other? I was just easily right off the rip, like, you know, one ear out the other. It's not that I wasn't learning. I had to learn my own way. You know? It's nobody failed as a parent. It's just, don't try to figure something out like that doesn't need to be figured out. You know what I mean? It wasn't stopping my growth. I just had fucking, when all the tests were done years down the road, it's just selective hearing, the doctors. Just selective hearing. You know, and they would giggle. It's like, what are you doing? There's nothing to fucking figure out. You know? I was just my own fucking person. That's it. I matched the beat of my own fucking drum. Always have. It's not me being naive or, you know, not being smart enough to comprehend what someone's telling me. You know, because a lot of people and parents will think they fail. And it's like, you didn't fail raising me. I'm just my own fucking person. I got my own fucking opinion, just like you do when it comes to fucking politics. I have my own opinion when it comes to fucking spirituality. I don't have to be your fucking clone. Sorry. You know? Paid off for me in the end. I do know how to live life. I do know what it takes to live life. I will be content on a fucking beach, carving driftwood and selling it to tourists. I don't need all these things that society thinks you need. Yeah, if you want to live in this world. But this isn't my life. Mine. I get one. Society, you gotta do it this way so you can retire and live your best life. The fuck you do? No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You will be so much happier living a simple life. You don't need all those necessities. All the things people think you fucking need. You know? And then your parents like, you just don't get it. No, I fucking get it. Dude, I do. I get it. I get it. It's not my way of living. It doesn't make me wrong. It doesn't make me naive. It doesn't mean I'm going to fail in the end. It doesn't mean you guys failed. You know? Just the way I choose to live my life. So, whatever. I don't know. If I'm meant to stay in the States, then somebody better come into my life that has that ability. And I will love them for the rest of my life for that. Because that's not important to me. You know? If that's what I need to live in this country, then so be it. And I will be forever grateful that someone could provide that if need be. But I know I don't need it. I know I'll be okay without it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Guess it depends on where I'm meant to be at the end of the day. But I know right now in my soul, I don't need it. I don't need that type of security. I don't. I just don't. So, and that's not me being naive. I'm okay with a simple life. You put me in a sanctuary, taking care of elephants. I will live out my best days with elephants as my best fucking friends. I don't need what people think you need. So, I don't need to leave money behind for my kids. I taught them love and value and a lot of other things that they're going to learn along the way. You know? Is it nice to leave stuff behind? And who's to say I won't? Who's to say I won't become famous and make hundreds and thousands of millions of dollars? Yep. Don't need it though. So I guarantee hundreds and thousands of millions of those will go to charity and things that are worth going to. And my kids will be fortunate to have something like that if I can leave something like that. But you better fucking spend that money the right fucking way. I'll tell you that right now. You know? It's not about how am I going to survive? I need money. I need this. We all need money to survive, right? But at the end of the day, that's not what life is about. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't. You know? I want to leave, if anything, a legacy behind. Or if I was to ever die, I'll tell you right now, my kids know for damn sure that I fucking loved them. And they were loved. And it's okay to be who you want to be. It's okay to go in the directions you want to go. It's okay to make mistakes. Do you think for 1 second they're going to think, would my mom leave me for money? No, not at all. They will know they were loved. And when a loved one is left behind or someone passes, that is the one thing that I would want to be left with, was memories of love. That type of love that can be passed down. You know? I don't know. Just be happy. That's why they say you're in a dead-end job. Even if you make really good money, leave it. You weren't put on this earth to make money. You were put on this earth to live, to be happy. We just have to make money in this fucking society to survive, right? But think outside the box, guys. Especially if this world comes to shit. You think you're the only one that has an idea to go live off land? You know? It's got to be a little more creative than that. The people that like, oh, I'll go live off my land, that's probably the people that have money. Well, if worst comes to worst, you know, and money don't count anymore, then, you know, at least I had the money to buy this and do, like, I'm not having it. We're still getting off track, off subject, but I don't know. That's why you gotta find what you like, what you love doing. Take the risk. Go after things. I was extremely successful with YouTube. I just couldn't figure out how to keep it going because I didn't want to continuously do the same thing. It was exhausting for me. I lost my creativity and my passion because I got caught up trying to figure out how to make the business run and be successful on my end. That was my mistake. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take that time out because I couldn't figure it out. And I was done stressing out on which avenue to go next. You can't just pick an avenue and hope for the best. Sometimes you can, depending on if you're starting off or not, right? But in my shoes, it needs to be successful on so many different levels in order for me to go back in and try to create like that. You know, it's not, oh, you're buying time, or no. I know when it's right for me. I'll feel it again. And a lot of people probably don't know how to accept that. How can you just let go that much money? Or how do you just... Because I didn't know what to do with it anymore. I was so tired of repeating the same stories. And people were like, can't you just tell a different story? Well, then I'd be lying. Because that's what people do. They repeat patterns their whole fucking life. People want to know why their story don't change. It doesn't change because you're not fucking growing. For the people who question it. For the people who question, why is your story not changing? It's because you're not growing. That's why I can read the same energy over and over and over. And I was here to heal people, to help people. So on my end, it was too hard to keep telling the same fucking story over and over and over. It was like painful. It was exhausting. It was no longer fun, you know? So I knew it had to be done a different way. And I haven't figured out that way. And I stressed over how to figure it out for so long that I lost a good year of my life. And I'm fucking done doing it. So I went back to work. And I'm still doing something I like to do. So when that new idea or that spark or that passion or that drive and it comes back, I'll fucking be back. And I won't worry about it. I won't plan A to Z in order to come back either. I feel like I just contradicted myself somewhere there, but I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm getting at. You know? That's the way it should be. Do what's best for you at the end of the day. Something's not working out, take a fucking break. Stop stressing on how something's going to play out or how it should play out. Life does not work that way. It does not go according to you in the way you think it's going to go. You can't control something. Well, it depends on what you're trying to control, right? But when it comes to spirit, if you're choosing money over love, your money will eventually dwindle. Your success will stop. You will only make so much until you find the balance. Just like you can't just choose love over money either, because you need like certain money to like survive and certain stuff, right? And pay your bills and all that. But Soul Source Tarot had a reading yesterday that said their intentions are right. I don't know. I haven't been watching her. I haven't really been watching tarot. It's been kind of triggering the last like month or so. I'll go to watch something. I'll be like, I'll get triggered off the silliest thing. Like somebody was like laughing a lot. And I'm like, will you stop laughing and get to the point? And I'm like, wow, Courtney, that's shitty. You know what I mean? So it's like, that tells me right there that I'm using her as a tool that I should not be using. See what I'm saying? and I know better than that. Or I'll get aggravated with a certain situation when I hear something, and I'll get aggravated because it's the story I've already been telling. So it's like, can you give me a new story, Spirit? Well, you know what, Courtney, you want a new story? Step out of what it is you got yourself involved in. And it doesn't always happen that way for me either, because I am here to teach and guide, and unfortunately a lot of people repeat a lot of patterns before they learn. And trust me, I'm that person. I've always learned the hard way 3 or 4 times before I actually learned, right? So I'm not putting anybody down or faulting anybody at all, you know. I've never been that person. I've learned from my mistake once. No, I don't think there's too many people out there like that, but maybe. But I've just been so busy with certain stuff, and I used to listen to tarot on the way to work or being in the car, and now I just want music. I don't want to be thinking about other things. I don't want to wonder if that's my story, or you know, do I get to look forward to reading new energy or this and that? I mean, I see it all the time. I still do Patreon, guys. It's not the same story that's on the board with YouTube all the time. It's really not, you know. So I just want to live my life. I don't want to be consumed with what's going on behind the scenes or this or that, you know. If I really wanted to dig in what was going on behind the scenes, I probably could have found out months and months ago. But I chose not to. Or it wasn't like, oh, go find out. Because I think if I was to find out certain stuff, the story wouldn't have played out the way it was supposed to play out. Lessons wouldn't have been learnt. I would have found myself in the same cycle again if I'm just going to go and have everything backlash or backfire, right? So I think it had to play out for a certain amount of time. So I wasn't being naive. I just wanted to live my life. I just be happy with where I was at and use my own gut and make my own judgment calls, you know? So I haven't really watched anybody in a while. Like here and there. I was just more content just not thinking about certain circumstances or, again, just following my own gut. The way everything crumbled down, I don't think anybody saw coming. I didn't see it coming. They didn't see it coming. It was random. But that's the way it was supposed to be. That's the way it was supposed to play out. If you had intentions of doing this, but you were going to wait 3 weeks to do it, you're manipulating energy. Nothing is going to work. You will consistently repeat patterns if you try to outsmart the energy. You can't fucking outsmart energy. You can't. You can trick your brain in certain ways, but you can't trick energy. It exists, it's real, it's true, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something you fuck with. We all know when we fuck with energy, no matter, you know, if it's spirit or our own energy, you know how quickly that can turn. Real quick. That shit will backfire on you. But anywho, I just want to chillax. Yes. Tis is, tis is. It was funny, I forget where I was the other day. Oh, I think I was getting my nails done. And this lady was dying laughing. Because I'm like, I don't know. I wanted blue. I'm like, but that's like wicked blue. And the lady was dying laughing. She was here. I forget. She was with like somebody from like the neighborhood getting their nails done. She was here for a wedding. She had flew out. And she's like, girl, I just been listening to you for 20 minutes. And she's like, I just love you. You're cracking me up. She's like, wicked blue, huh? She's like, they should totally name a color Wicked Blue. I was like, I want blue. But when it's on my nails, I'm like, Bruce, I'm like, I don't know, this is like wicked blue. Because I'm like, I kind of want baby blue. And I was looking at all these different colors, and in the dip, I was like, okay, that's not the blue I want. It kind of looks more green. And then I saw another blue, and I compared it to it. And I was like, all right, so it's more blue than it is green. But that blue ended up looking like periwinkle. Me and these ladies were fucking loving it. So I'm like, all right, well, this looks the bluest. And I wanted blue. And Bruce at one point was like, yeah, shut up. Just take the fucking blue. That's blue. You want baby blue? I'll give you baby blue. We'll put a white dip under the blue so it's baby blue. I was like, I get it, Bruce. I get it. Struggling with color over here. I get it. I just know I want blue. Don't ask me why. But it was funny because I'm like this and the light staring at my hand, you know. I'm like, that's wicked blue. So, at the end of the day, it's blue. I chose blue, I got blue, but apparently it's a wicked blue. But it's not like extremely, oh my God, blue. It's not neon blue, even though there's not really a neon blue. It's not like overwhelming blue. I literally said to him, and he said it to me at the same time, you asked for blue. And at the same time, I said, well, I asked for blue. I got it. And I literally laughed because I was like, wow, I got what I asked for. I never get what I asked for. I got what I asked for. I got blue. I got what I wanted that day. See? Simple things in life. You want blue court? You got blue. Hi, Max. Say hi. All right, y'all. Love you. See you when I see you. Hang in there. A lot of shit's about to change. If you really are authentic, there was no ill intent, nothing, you're walking the right path. Keep on moving. Keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about who you bump into or what's next. You're on the right path. Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop and dwell and question. Just do it. Keep on going. Something really good's about to go down. And I know for a fact I can't be the only reader reading this. It's so clear as day in the cards. For those who watch tarot faithfully, has other readers picked up on that yet? Because I feel like weeks ago, the energy shifted, the planet shifted, what needed to karmically go down went down. Like, I saw it all coming on Patreon. I've been talking about it on Patreon for weeks. So I know we're stepping out of it. So I'm not the only one. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm not the only one, like, here's something brand new coming at you. Okay. I was just waiting, like, am I ahead of the energy? Am I not? Because I haven't really been, like I said, I haven't been following. So I'm usually dead on with shifts. Also, 2 or 3 weeks ago, they started talking about, that's funny, because for those who are on Patreon, you know I've been talking about that for a couple weeks now. So, yeah, which makes sense, because as readers, we know how to read the energy, you know. But we also don't want to get our viewers or clients or, you know, too excited for this or that. Like, got to be kind of careful how you present things. Like, new things are coming. Like, it could be a month away. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you had to make that shift first and get out of certain energy. You know, or maybe 3 days from now, you're exactly where you need to be and that energy comes right at you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad other readers are reading it too. Well, the planets are shifting, you know. So, and we ended a very long cycle months ago. So I feel like there's just been delay after delay, people buying time, misusing time, mistreating time, you know, buying time. because they wanted, you know, group of the collective just wanted something to go their way, or wanted to see if that would work before that would work. Shit don't work that way. Another lesson within a lesson. So, at the end of the day, do what's best for you. I swear to you, you really can't go wrong. It may hurt, but you can't go wrong. I love you guys.